it's important for me to, to tell you the way, my process. So what I feel is that when I'm working, it doesn't come from a conscious level. It comes from an unconscious level. It's almost like I have my eyes closed. I'm not looking out. I am looking in. Not even looking. I'm not. It's like having my eyes closed. It's a direct. Um, it's something very direct. I don't know how to express that exactly, but so that is the place that I have to access that is meaningful to me. um, I am somebody very, I aim very high for myself, in a sense that I need to get a feeling of some kind of satisfaction, and that I am doing something that I do not understand. So if I make something and I look and I understand it immediately, it's no good for me. You know, I don't continue on that route because it's not surprising me. Um, so this is how I work. Okay, so in Brazil, I had a lot of physical space. I had big studios because it wasn't that expensive. And I had also, in the beginning, the support of the gallery, And so I could really use the space. And so I made those big installations. Space was not a problem for me. I remember when they came to invite me for the Venice Biennale, uh, I remember asking them, but can I just do whatever I want, the size I want? They look at me and said, yeah, whatever you want. It was like that at that time. And to be honest with you, I was never asked what I was doing. I informed either the dealers or the creators or anybody, like a month, like a little few, like on the deadline, they gave me, okay, we need to know what you're making on that date. I just informed them what I was making. And so I was really free, and I was working this way. And I think my work suffered quite a bit in the sense of having been limited of space when I was moving around. Although in some cities I lived, I had sometimes bigger studios, but that was tough. And on a way, I had to destroy pieces that I couldn't take, I couldn't transport, things like this. And so it wasn't that easy. I mean, I feel now that I'm in a moment where it's time for me to have a bigger studio again. Because for some people, it's difficult to work in bigger scale, but for me, it is my scale. I think it's what I am most comfortable with. Um, and it's where I thrive. How does an artist who makes big installations and big works survive? I mean, how many of those works will be sold when you're young? Now it's a lot easier, but when I was doing it was really tough. So in the early 90s, I was invited to make a print while I was in Germany on a show. Those ladies just came, oh, would you like to make an edition with us? I didn't even know what was that. I just said yes. And I went and I made an edition of paper, and I said, this is interesting because if I would develop some work using paper, then I don't have to compromise anything. I don't like to compromise, my work. And I do not make work thinking that this is going to sell more than that. I don't think about that. I think it's not my job. My job is to make the best work I can make. There is people out there who are going to find a way to sell it, but it's not me, you know. So I then started to develop. I met um, a woman that has became an amazing friend and collaborator for those last 20 years, John Hall. And I started to work. First, I went and worked at Island Press at Washington University. That's where I met her. I did a few editions of handmade paper and print. And then I really start to develop another body of work, completely different, but still connected to my work in sculpture. And I started, all those years I went back and I've been going to work in her studio and making paper, handmade paper. I work with different materials and I print, and I have a body of work now on paper. And that had also allowed me to just do whatever I want with the sculptures, big, small materials. I I am free. I have to be free, you know, and that's how it goes.